Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a beautiful Monday morning it is. Welcome into Sunshine's Corner. I'd like to say I hope that you're warm, because I tell you today it is really cold on the outside. But you know what? You tuned into the right place, and that is Sunshine's Corner, where we've got all of the heat for you. We're going to be talking with a gentleman now who I believe that is, I love it. He says that I'm going to talk about the community, because it is about my people in the community. Councilman Delarian Wiggins, he's my guest today, and I tell you, got up on a cold moment for me, Delarian, but thank you for getting up, and I appreciate you coming in, because I think the conversation we're going to have is one that we should have all the time. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. How are you?
Look, I'm getting there.
I know, right? we need some more sunshine outside.
Look, I tell you, I don't think I'm bringing in no sunshine today at all, because it's like But you know what? I'm so glad that you accepted my invitation, because of the fact that things that are happening. I'm a believer in a fighter. I believe in doing what's right, and that's exactly what you're doing. You are looking out for the people. I mean, you said that the community has spoken, and I think it's time for us to listen up.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the meeting that went on Thursday night, but everything that's going on right here in our city. And I cannot compliment you enough for it. I'm like this. I believe in standing up for what's right. I believe in standing up for what's right for the people, and that's exactly what you did.
Yes.
And tell me about that. I mean, the strength that it takes to get the community behind you to stand out there to do what you're doing.
Well, let me first say, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on the show.
Oh yes.
It has definitely been. Last week was definitely a long week, a trying week, but it was a week of conversations with a lot of people.
Right.
And they feel as though their voices were not being heard.
Absolutely.
And so when I'm sitting on that dais, I want to make sure that I make the best possible decision for the community.
Exactly.
It's not about me. It's not about the city council. It's about the people, and the people that we serve, and of course the community.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that their voices are being heard. And one of the things that struck me the most is I had a grandmother actually, that stood on at the podium, and she was talking about her 5-year-old grandchild who may be affected by the asbestos that we coming from the towers, and so listening to those conversations, and listening to the conversations of people, how they want more safeguards in place, more affordable housing and workforce housing. And so I felt like it was incumbent upon me to, take a stand, and I did. And so here we are, and I'm looking to move things forward in a more positive light, and having more dialogue, community conversations with the mayor, and with whomever we decide to go with, whether it's with the Bayou District. Or whomever, but I want to make sure that the community voices and concerns are being heard.
I agree with you, because when you say that a grandmother said that a grandchild is being affected, because those buildings are just standing there, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, no air, no nothing flowing through, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so therefore we got to think about that. That's a huge spot.
Yes.
And it's right there in the heart of our community.
It's a transformative project. It would definitely change that community, to change lives, but we got to do it the right way. And I truly believe the mayor really wants to do it the right way.
Right.
I really truly believe that. And so, I'm hoping that him and I can, I know the holidays is coming up, and I'm hoping him and I can really sit down and talk. But again, it's about the engagement. It's really about community engagement, really sitting down with, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, the people who have lived in that community for decades, and really, for one, really having true conversations with them. And also we have to be, be transparent. And have some tough conversations, and so we need workforce housing. We definitely need something that will energize that community. And so this is an opportunity, as we said on council, this is an opportunity for us to get it right. And so may not be able to make everybody happy, but just bringing people together to understand that this is a collective, and that we're here to work together. Not
Absolutely. And when you said something a moment ago, I believe in this too. When you invite me to the table.
Absolutely.
Now, don't just invite me to the table, then I don't feel like I'm there. You ever been in a situation? I have.
Yeah.
when I've been invited.
Yes.
But once I got there, it was like I was standing out on the ocean all by myself.
Absolutely.
And, you know, didn't get a chance to even say what I felt that needed to be said, even though I was invited to the table.
Absolutely.
And if you can hear what the people are saying in that community, the fear that they have in their hearts and in their head, because I mean, I live over there. I mean, I've been over there with those kids forever. But the fact of it is, if they're afraid of something that's possibly going to happen that's not going to be for them, of course I would be afraid if that's where I live.
Absolutely. Well, and you're right, Sonshine, but I do want to say this. I want to now have us build our own table.
Come on now.
I want us to build a table. I don't want to have no more seats at a table, because it could be any table. I want this community, city council, I want us to now build a table that, you know, the community can come to and sit down and have conversations, well, and foster great conversation and tough conversations. But again, when we're looking at Baptist, you know, this is, you know, at least 35 acres of land that we can now sit down and really look at what we can put there that's going to benefit the city of Pensacola, that's going to benefit the community. And again, the people that I spoke to, the longtime residents, they're concerned that property taxes are going to rise and they're going to be pushed out. And so it's just having conversations, you know, the property taxes, you know, I know the governor has, you know, posted some online earlier today, and the mayor talked about it as well, and, you know, something that he posted. But you know, we just have to look at some things and put some safeguards in place. I know we talked about a citizens advisory council where they can sit down and talk with the, you know, the consultant, but it's going to take effort from everyone.
Oh, I mean, when you think about this, okay, when you think about taxes, when you think about those things that are being raised, and these people, I mean, people that's been there for a long time. A lot of them, they're on a fixed income.
Yes, they are. They really are.
I mean, you can't step outside of that much, you know what I'm saying? Because, and if this should happen, I understand the fear.
Yes.
How is it that I'm going to maintain if something comes in? Let's use the word that they even think of gentrification.
Yes, yes.
Let's just speak it like it is. If that is taken, then are you trying to push me out?
Right.
How can I do that if my whole livelihood has been here all my life, and then with these changes, and I'm not included in the decision making?
Absolutely.
How am I supposed to feel? Maybe that's why the anger is there. And I don't call it anger as I'm mad about it. No, anger because I don't know. Right. Anger because I'm stepping into the unknown. And how am I going to? And that's why I think what you're doing deserves everybody getting behind, so that we can make sure that those people there, because that's their home, that's their livelihood.
It's their home. You know, a lot of people have been told a lot of things. We've seen a lot of things, whether it was Aragon Court, Hawkshaw, and most recent development, you know, that's going on in the Tan Yard, you know, where people feel like they're being displaced, they won't be able to afford some of the things that are being built in the Tan Yard. And so we've seen what history has done. But now we have an opportunity to rewrite some of the things that were done wrong and some of the things that we felt can be done better. Right. We have an opportunity to participate in to make sure that as we move forward, that we're able to move forward with a project that benefits everyone.
Exactly.
And that kind of resembles something that we all been through. You know what I mean?
Been down that road before.
And so we just want what is best. You know, again, when you have grandparents that are coming up and fighting for their 5-year-old grandchildren and their children's children, you know, it's time for us to take a listen.
I agree.
I do believe that we can get to that point. And what it looks like now, I don't know, but I do feel like this is the first part. We're coming on the show. This is what fostering communication and engagement, this is what it looks like. And so we just have to continue to move forward. I think the Oversight Committee, Advisory Committee will be able to look at some of these things and ask them, you know, ask some of the tough questions, but I'm asking the community to come forward.
Exactly.
It's time to step up. You know, we can no longer hide behind walls and have conversations outside of people that can make a difference. And so I think that now it's time that the community come together and sit down and talk with us. We want to listen, and again, the mayor wants to listen. I had a brief conversation. So he wants what is best.
Okay.
Despite all what was said, he does want what is best, and I truly believe that. And I want to be able to bring everyone together and have these conversations, whether we come on Sonshine Show or whether we have coffee with the councilman or whatever you want to call it. But it's about engagement. It's really about engagement.
So you got me thinking ideas already. Come on now.
It's definitely about engagement. So again, this is not Councilman Wiggins' project. This is not the mayor's project. This is your project. This is a project that is going to benefit you, benefit your children, your children's children, and this is transformative. And so we want to make sure we're doing the right thing.
I want to ask you this: what does that mean to you to be? When you think about it, you are the man for the people. How does that feel? Let me tell you why. Okay, yeah. I always share this because I've shared this with many people here. Before I moved here, it was a guy in Alabama. I mean, his name rested so Alvin Holmes. Yeah. He was the man for the people, and he was this. I mean, he had this knack about him. Yeah. That really stood out, but you knew he was that fighter. Yeah. And that's the role you're stepping into.
I think I stepped into it many years ago.
Yes,
when I decided to be a public servant. 13 years in the military. 20 years at the Escambia County Sheriff's Office.
I forgot about that. That's when I first met you.
That's when we first met. We talked about a lot of things.
Things back then, didn't we?
We talked about a lot of things.
Oh, goodness.
And so, it's always been my prayer that I'm able to listen to what the concerns of the people, right, and bring it forward and have conversations and trying to help people. That's all I did, Sonshine.
That's right.
Solve problems.
That's it. And that's what people got to realize is that when you do that, I think that when you a closed mouth, then I'm agreeing. Yes. With everything. Yeah. But let me speak, and I think that one or two heads can make a decision better than one.
Oh, absolutely.
I honestly believe that. And that's what I want to feel and share with you today. Now, if you've got a question you want to talk to the city councilman, you can do so as well. Call us up at 850-432-7768. That's the number to reach us here today. But we're going to continue to talk because of the fact that I strongly believe that when we have the conversation, we can come to a better decision. Yeah. What is the concern? Can you explain what the action represents as far as with the people that are talking to you? And when I went back and I was listening online, because they got it up from the people that came out and spoke Thursday night, that fear that they're feeling, do you think that with this, when the choice is made, I see that the contractor that was, not that right now, right, but is there be an opening in that for somebody even here?
So, and that's a great question. That is a very great question. So let me tell you that, that item, it did not, so to speak, it did not die off. Okay. That item was actually pulled. And so that means that particular item can come back at a later date.
Oh, I got you.
And so it doesn't mean that the contract is totally off the table. It's just mean that it's just postponed, so to speak, until a later time where we're able to sit down and speak with the community and see what we can come to a mutual agreement as far as it relates to that. One thing I do want to say, and I'm so proud that everybody showed up, but one of the things that I want to tell people, it's good to be reactive in certain cases. But I need people to be more proactive.
I agree.
In certain areas, showing up to meetings, having conversations, talking with the mayor, talking with me, talking with their council people and county commissioners. It's time for us now to be proactive.
I agree with you 100%.
It's a lot of things that are a lot of transformative things that's about to take place in Pensacola. And so, people, my mom said, well, sometimes it just happens right there in front of your eyes and just you don't see it. But
amen.
It's being shown to us. We have a lot of great things going on downtown Pensacola. Hard Rock is coming.
God, yes.
A couple of hotels is coming.
Exactly.
And so, this is an opportunity for us to sit down and say, hey, we're here and we want to be more actively involved in the process. And so even with the new, even with the legacy campus, this is an opportunity.
Oh God, yeah, all of that's happening. I mean, there is a lot that's going on, but let me say this. When it comes to the decision making, was it being given and not included? Was it just being, okay, this is what it's going to be, without the inclusion of?
Well, I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay.
I think that, the first meeting, if you go back to the very first meeting, this was maybe 2 years ago before we actually went to the Bayou District in New Orleans. Prior to us going, you got to go. I think, and I don't know if you were at that meeting or not, but instead of the meeting being held somewhere near Baptist, it was held at Bayview Park.
Okay.
And it was an invite-only meeting.
Uh-oh.
And so this is where the people are. This is where concerns start to arise, and people start talking. Why weren't we included? And so I was on that trip. I was on the email, and I was invited to go down, and I went. And I would say, in speaking for the Bayou, it was the project down in New Orleans. It was a nice project. A lot of great things: schools, daycares, mixed income housing, things of that nature. I tell you, it's funny stories. Sonshine, we were down there actually looking at an apartment, and I thought it was a parade. I mean, it was, people coming down the road. There were, you heard the music playing, and people dancing in the street. Would come to find out it was a funeral, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here dancing. It's a funeral. But I mean, it was.
That's how they do it in New Orleans.
That's how they do it, and that was the first time that I was, exposed to that. But the project itself was a great project in New Orleans. I just want to make sure that particular project doesn't fit here in Pensacola.
That was my next question.
Does it really fit? And so we just have to have conversations and see. Again, they're not coming in as a developer.
Right.
They were coming in as a consultant. But again, I strongly encourage people that as we move forward to come to these meetings. Right. It's important. Come to the meetings.
Exactly. When you talk to them, won't you look right in that camera right there?
You come to the meetings because it's important.
Exactly.
It's one thing that I'm sitting on this show and I'm fighting for people. It's one thing that you're saying, hey, but if you don't come,
that's right.
That's one less voice that's not being heard.
Exactly.
And so it's imperative that we come, that you come to these meetings and sit down and tell us what you want to see.
Exactly.
Tell us what you're concerned about. And so we can write it down, we can go back and we can brainstorm on what we can do to try to at least meet halfway, and we all have a common goal to make sure that this project, again, is the best project that's going to hit Pensacola.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Councilman Delarian Wiggins, and I want you to be a part of this conversation, because just as he's talking then, even about the meetings, make sure that you attend. Now, don't sit there, because I run into so many people, oh, Sonshine, but I just was so afraid to call and didn't want to ask. I say this so often, the only crazy question is the one that's not asked.
Yes.
So open your mouth and speak. That's how. You're being invited to be a part of this. He's being very transparent. And so therefore, this is how you get to the table and be a part of the dinner. We're going to talk more when we return right here on Sonshine's Corner.
Join me, Quint Studer, for Conversations with Quint, as you learn all about kindergarten readiness and what we have to do to get better, with Katie Ballard and Stephanie Montgomery.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness, sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sonshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month, during Sonshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice, because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Pensacola, Wagwan mean? What's up in Jamaica? My name is Nash, CEO of Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Once you see me, you already know this is where the flavor, the vibes, everything is at. Right here at 7999 Pensacola Boulevard. If you want oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken, and so much more, just come right here at Good Vibes. Just come on down and just come enjoy yourself. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming, bring your friend, tag a friend or friend.
Join me and Chad Henderson in Conversations with Quint. Chad is the CEO of Catalyst, and he's going to talk about all the great work they're doing in Pensacola, including a new hotel and the plans for OLF 8. Join me with Chad Henderson.
And welcome back to this Monday edition of Sunshine's Corner. We're talking with Councilman Delarian Wiggins about the project that's at the top of mind of everybody right about now.
It is.
And we're talking about consistency. Mm-hmm. We're talking about being a part of, and I think that consistency works either way. And I want to go back and reiterate something you said, because I strongly follow you and believe in that totally. Sure, there was a great turnout this past week, but you got to do that all the time. You can't do it once and expect everything to work out okay. You've got to continue. Your voice has got to be heard.
Yes,
you
absolutely. It has to.
There's no question in my mind without that.
We got to continue to have that conversation. Believe it or not, can change a whole lot.
Yes, it can. I believe that.
You know,
how can the community be assured that transparency, accountability, is going to guide the next steps?
Well, in talking with, and to be honest with you, Sunshine, those processes were already being developed.
Okay.
A website was already being made to where information can be funneled out, put out to the community. Email addresses, if you have any type of concerns, those email addresses, those concerns will be forwarded to Josh Wallace, who is one of the people that North Star hired to kind of be the liaison between the community and the demolition crew, to sit down again, talk about asbestos, talk about how they're going to have this, positive pressure and negative. I just learned that positive pressure and negative
talk
pressure.
To me now.
In dealing with asbestos, and so he's the guy to go to in reference to that. And so we're looking at trying to, again, we want to have information overload, to where as people, any concerns you have, whether it's stormwater, where it's water runoff, we want to be able to address those concerns, address those questions, and making sure that the community is feeling comfortable as this development, as this demolition continues on. And I had a lady call me last week. Her and her husband moved down here. They bought their dream home over by the old Baptist campus, and they were just concerned. It's like, we are very healthy people who moved here, and our concern is how the asbestos will be removed. Will it, those particles get into the air? And so, I answered the best way that I could, but I also put in contact with Josh so he can, talk with them a little bit more to make them, feel comfortable and understand that, that level of remediation will be handled, to federal guidelines. And so we just want to make sure that, again, the community have information overload on this end over here.
I agree. Some people, and I want you to hear where I'm going, because they're probably, and it's okay that they feel this way. They may feel that, okay, with this that's happening now, sure, I'm being the advocate right now. We had the great meeting, things are happening, coming to the area, but is this just a delay and then it's going to go on just that it was planned anyway?
No, I don't think so. I think this oversight committee, they will be the ones that will look at this whole thing from start to finish.
Okay.
And so this is not just a one-day thing or a two-week thing. This is during the whole transition of what we begin to put at Baptist. This is a dialogue that's going to happen consistently. And so we talked about, it has to be consistent. It has to be intentional, and it has to be transparent, and we got to be held accountable. And so I truly believe that we will get there. I truly believe that the mayor is willing to work with us, work with the advisory council to make sure we get to this point.
I got you.
And so I really truly believe that now is the time for us to make some changes, and so I think we're going to get there.
When I hear you say that the mayor is willing to work with us, and he's willing to work with us, why should it be that do you understand where I'm going?
Absolutely. Think about being, a person in leadership. It's difficult.
Right.
We tend to try to make decisions that is what's best, and sometimes, we just need to take a step back and listen to what's being told to us.
I agree.
And so I think when the community showed up on Thursday,
that spoke volumes.
That spoke volume. It spoke volumes not only to me, but I'm sure it spoke volumes to him. It spoke volume to the council, and so the people. When I tell you they came, they came, and it wasn't a rowdy crowd. It was just people that came to talk about the issues, concerns that they were having.
Exactly.
And I really think that through it all, we listened.
Delarian, what are the things that's happening in these United States now? Okay. And I'm just going to be real with the things that somewhat pointed toward people of color. And the things that are happening are affecting all of us. Now I'm going to bring all of that back down to Pensacola. With these things that are going on now and how boldly it's been done, I feel that the community they're fearful of something, even though this is in the back of their minds,
right,
that this is going to happen because of what they see that's happening in the world today, that's going to end up working here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you got to understand, because I'm sure they see everything else that we're seeing. This is what I bring that up to say this to our viewers today. This is what I believe that working together can change.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
If we work together, if we take the I out of the equation, if we take the want to out of the equation, or if you're not sure, if you don't understand my culture, get to know me.
You're absolutely right.
Get to know my culture. Get to know why I'm feeling this way. Get to know why I'm thinking with the things that I see happening every day in these United States, and we are part of this United States. And if you don't know my culture, don't just give me this and I'm going to say, okay. When I come to you and let's talk about it, don't say I talked to you.
Yeah.
And that was it. Do you understand the picture I'm trying to paint?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When you talk about culture, it goes back to when I was telling you when I was in New Orleans.
Exactly.
And I was at, I thought it was a parade, but it was a funeral.
It was a funeral.
I just didn't understand the culture.
Exactly.
So I had to go back and educate myself.
Exactly.
And so here we are again, when you look at the things that the community has went through in the past. Aragon Court.
Exactly.
Blunt School, these different things. It's trauma that has happened in the past. And so one thing about trauma, you can never get over it. And
it
so
lingers.
It lingers. It lingers generation after generation after generation. And so it's just now that we have to, one, look at the history of what happened, but also not black out the history, so to speak.
Right.
But we also have to look at what can we do that will not displace people.
Agreed.
That will give people, that comfort that they're looking for. Because when you're looking at grandmother's house and granddaddy's house, who has, been in the community for a long time, they're concerned.
Of course.
Again, fixed income. So they're concerned, and so this is an opportunity. Again, how do we change that? How do we change that bad image that we felt has happened in the past? But how can we move forward in making sure that we're doing the right thing? And I really truly believe that it's going to take a collaborative effort.
Exactly.
With everyone, and I think it can be done. But one thing I do want to say is this: when we talk about government, we have to look at who's going to come after me.
Yep.
We got to look at who's going to come after the commissioner may and who's going to come after, whomever.
Exactly.
And so if we're not going to the polls to vote, if we're not speaking out or preparing our next generation, what do we do from here? When you're looking at the consensus that'll be coming out very soon, if you don't go vote, they base some of that stuff off of voter statistics.
Exactly.
And so you may not have another Delarian Wiggins in office.
That's right.
You may not have another Commissioner May in office. And so it's imperative that we have these conversations, but it's also imperative that you go to the polls and you vote.
Exactly.
Because the next generation is although it falls upon me, but it's incumbent upon you to make sure that we're raising a generation of leaders.
You got that. I agree there 100%. Oh Lord, do I agree. But and I'm so pleased that you brought that up, because I often tell all of our viewers that, look, when you want to be heard, there's something that was fought and died for so that you can vote. And I'll say this, in these United States, they're trying to take away that too. But the fact of it is, use the power that you have.
Use the power you have. It's power in numbers.
It's power in people. And when we come out in numbers, change is necessary. It may not feel good, but it's necessary.
It's necessary.
It is so necessary. And this is why I'm so, I can't even find the words to describe how I want everybody in the community that we're talking about this conversation now that's going to affect you. Don't sit there and say, well, okay, Susie's going, or Miss Jane is going, well, I'm just going to wait and see. No, you be a part as well. Take your space, because your voice matters.
I would say this. That meeting, I think we had about, it was either 29 or 30 plus speakers. Those 30 people made a difference.
Hello, because when I found out how late it was, I said, wait a minute, who did I think I text Quinn or somebody. He said, no, I'm still at the meeting. I said, really?
It was a long meeting.
But therefore, if it had to be something that had to be heard.
Definitely.
For it to go on like that.
Yes.
So what we're trying to get the community to understand is that numbers speaks volumes.
Really does.
Your community. And let me apologize to you, because you may hear some noise. This is our temporary studio. Our studio is being built upstairs.
Yes.
And I am asking everybody, when you hear those noises, please, please, please be mindful that we are not going to be here long, but we're going to move upstairs soon. I'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car, because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
bright guy, very good future ahead of him.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. You got that right. You see, when we're talking, we get to talking. See, the table, when we're at the table, we don't stop talking.
That's right.
We are talking with Councilman Delarian Wiggins. We are talking about the infrastructure that's right there on East Street.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Yeah.
that great big building that's there. That's about, when is that process supposed to start for the demolition?
So the contract, from what I was told, has already been signed, and so
Okay.
now it's just a matter of the actual contractor coming in and doing some other safeguards, putting some safeguards in place. So hopefully maybe late January,
Okay.
sometime February. So that's the time frame. And so once that process starts, it's an 18-month process from start to finish. It's 18 months.
Really?
Yes. The remediation is certain steps that you got to take for the full remediation of
course.
it, and so that just takes time.
Wow. And you know, I think that's around the same time, because I think even with the FRICA, that's going to start in February, if I was told correctly.
It's a lot of great. Let me tell you, it's a lot of great things going on in District 7.
I'm checking it out.
I'm telling you, District 7 is the best district to be in right
Check
now.
him out.
And so, you know, they're not only Baptists. You know, I do want to tell you, Sonshine. You know, we do have Alice William Building, where we put in over
Yep.
$800,000 into the Alice William Building.
Exactly.
And, you know, we're looking at putting in a form of daycare. The mayor talked about child care. And so we're looking at trying to put in some child care at the Alice William Buildings. $9 million is going into Fricka Center. You know, we're going to totally go in and remodel Fricka Center.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. But, you know, one thing I do want the community to know also is that we do have the Gibson Building, which is right there on the corner of C and Cervantes. And also we have the Pensacola Motor Lodge. And so those are two other buildings outside of the Legacy campus that the city owns. And so we're looking at trying to, you know, put something there, trying to develop the whole area. And one thing we talked about in the break is that we can no longer move west.
No, you got to.
Everything is being, you know, it's coming, east, I'm sorry.
That's right, you gotta go west.
East. You gotta go west now. And so they're coming into my district. And so again, just want to make sure the community, one, is aware of what's going on, but two, just know that I'm ready to hear from you. I want to hear from you.
See?
Yeah.
I am so excited about this because of the fact I can just visualize what I can see in that area, because, I mean, it's going to be so nice.
It is going to be a lot.
And you know, also what I think about, because believe it or not, I go over there, that's where I do my walking. I walk in all those neighborhoods over there.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, beautiful homes. And I mean, but what we're talking about now, ladies and gentlemen, for your voice truly matters. I don't want you to ever get that in your heart that, oh, I'm just going to throw in the towel. Never do that. When the fight starts, stay there to the end. And I guarantee you, what we're finding out now, that this is going to be so profitable for the community. And I believe with my faith that God ain't going to let nothing take place that you can't handle.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, I have only this. Forget that. He's going to take care of it, because he's bringing this to pass, because I think it's time for an upgrade anyway.
Yes. I'm telling you, you hit it right on. It's spot on. We all want to see what this community is going to bring.
Exactly.
It's going to bring a lot, and it's going to be around for generations and generations.
Exactly.
And so now we have an opportunity to be a part of that.
Most certainly. Now I want to go a little deeper. When it comes to Addis Court and those places like that, those people are really scared.
Yes.
Gentrification. They are really scared. What can we say to positively inspire them to get rid of that fear?
That is a great question, a question that, you know, I get asked all the time. So let me assure you of this. I sit on the Area Housing Commission, and so it's a board that's consisted of 5 people. Commissioner May, Jill Canada Wynn, Teran Black, and so we have these conversations every month. Every second Tuesday of the month. Down at Area Housing Commission building right there on Gardner Street.
Exactly.
And so it's open to the community. It is open to the community. And so if you have any concerns, again,
come to the meetings.
Come to the meeting. Start at 11 o'clock. And so one thing that we're not going to sell we're not going to sell Addis Court. It is not for sale. And so I want to put that out there. But we do have to look at, you know, again, those buildings are old.
They need to, it's upgraded.
It's time to get upgraded. And so we're looking at different avenues on how we can actually start upgrading some of those buildings. But, you know, to alleviate the words and everything, we are not selling Addis Court. We're not
but
selling.
That fear is there.
Yeah, it is there. It is there because when you see all of the progress, all of the development that is going on that's surrounding it, of course you're going to develop a fear.
Of course.
But nothing's going to happen with Addis Court. We do have to upgrade it because the buildings are old. But as far as selling it, we're not selling Addis Court at all.
Aren't you glad to hear that? Because what I want the community to also look at this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people homes there, a lot of kids that are there. That's home.
Yes.
But when you walk through the neighborhoods now, you see new homes coming up everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, every corner. I say, oh my God, we'll walk this week, the next week there's another house. You've got to understand that it has to be upgraded. You cannot leave that the way that is when you're upgrading everything around it, including the fricker. So therefore, know that he just tell you it's not going to be sold, but there will be upgrades.
Upgrades.
Because you got to keep in balance with what's been going on around you. Because after a while, some things are going to just decrease and go away, but it's not taking away your home, it's only bettering your home.
Yeah, and I do want the community to understand also, we're actually building homes too. Lou and May is really pushing workforce housing.
Lord, yes.
The city of Pensacola is looking at putting housing in these areas as well. And so a couple of months ago, I was with Commissioner May where they built 13 homes. And those 13 homes were, a majority of them were built in my district.
Really?
Next to, $400,000 and $500,000 homes.
Come on now.
And so we were able to give homes to people, to families that needed it. And so.
Did you say put them in a home that they never thought they would get?
Never thought they would get. And so it was nice to see that. We did do some partnerships with Habitat for Humanity. Oh yeah. And so we're working on trying to make sure that we take care of the community. But again, we're needing, this is the type of information that has to get put out. And I told, when I sit down and I talk with CRA, now I'm the CRA chair, and I had conversations with the mayor before. We just have to do a better job with telling our story.
Exactly.
We do a lot of great things, but sometimes people don't see and hear about those things that we're doing.
I agree.
And so I think we have to do a better job with telling our story and being a narrator of our own stories.
Exactly, I agree. And don't let somebody else tell it.
Absolutely. So we, just as well as they're building homes, we built some homes as well.
Excellent. Well, you see now with the community, and I'm sure that they can see now that what all can they see that's going to be different? Oh gosh,
more sidewalks, more lighting, safety. We're looking at I know the Pensacola Police Department. They got about 18 license plate readers that they're putting around in the community. Safety, public safety. So we're looking at just a whole gamut of just different things upgrades to enhance communities. I think, and once people see that, and again, it's about telling it. We got to do a better job with telling the story.
Exactly.
The fire department will come by and check your fire, your fire alarms and things like that in your home. And so it's just putting those things out so the community can see and hear and see what we're doing and hear what we're doing as well.
What role is the community going to play in the final decision making?
A huge part. A huge part. They're going to play a huge part. Again, it's what the community wants, what the consulting company can put together, and again, we may not have they may not have everything that they want, but
that's where I want to go.
It's just coming together and just getting to that median, that happy median, and say, well, hey, but at least we got this, and still working towards a greater good. And it's gonna, it's just not one thing. It's consistency, because we got to stay involved.
I agree.
And just because we get to this Baptist project, we just can't leave it at Baptist.
Thank you.
We got to go to Gibson. We got to go to the Gibson building that's owned by the city. We got to go to the Pensacola Motor Lodge right now, which is again surrounded by a chain link fence that's owned by the city. And so it just can't stop at Baptist.
Exactly.
This is transformative.
Exactly.
And so it's going to take a community effort. District 7 doesn't look like it did several years ago, 20 years ago. It's changing. And so we have to figure out, what are we doing? And it just can't be, well, I'm just going to go to this one item and I'm not going to speak. No, I need for you to speak on everything.
Everything that's being talked about.
Everything that's being talked about, everything that's being said, everything that even when we look at the future, what does the future hold?
That's right.
And so we have all of these different things that are going on. And so it just can't be one thing. We got to talk about it all.
I agree. I love your transparency. I mean, everything that I've gone, either way I turned it, you came right back out with it. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Councilman Wiggins.
Yes, sir.
You all were talking about now. You said earlier, now is the time for positive pressure. I like the way you put that, positive pressure. And Sonshine, I have an acronym for now. Now, N-O-W. Not one worry. That's our story.
Come on now. I like that.
I like that.
We're in the season for Jesus, right?
Yes, sir.
Jesus' name means Jehovah's deliverer. Mark Twain said at one time, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing.
That's
but
right.
Martin Luther King Jr. said, the time is always right to do what is right. Brother Wiggins,
yes,
you're
sir.
a long way from when I was blessed to add you to the prayer list called the Master's List at the McDonald's on
sir.
Highway 29 when you were moving from the Sheriff's Department.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to say, I've been following you and praying for you every time I hear your name because I know personally what you're doing. You are a person of the people.
Yes, sir.
As Sonshine introduced you to the city on her show.
Yes,
so
sir.
maximum prayers to you, Brother Delarian, and
Thank
the
you.
City Council for what you're doing. Putting
you.
that pressure, that good pressure, so let it be known that we're part of the community too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And what was that acronym one more time?
Now.
Now, not one worry. That's going to be our story.
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Love y'all.
Love
Thank you so much. I tell you, I love him because I mean, sometimes I come on with something and he'll come up with me an acronym and it'll stick right on. Like now,
Yeah.
no, what? Something, don't worry. Now, no worry. But look, he is always a good man to give me. He inspires me with all of the positivity that he comes across with because he turns things and he'll look at it in the positive way. And that's exactly what you're telling our people the same, Delarian, is the fact that we can ask for things that we can't have every single thing that every single person wants. No, that's not even, you can't think that way.
Yeah.
But once you come out and speak and let your voice be heard,
Yes.
to let the city know, to let the mayor know what it is that you're concerned with, that's your first step by then opening the door.
It is definitely a first step.
You know?
It's definitely, you know, I was on the dais Thursday and I just thought about it. You know, I had in the Leroy Boyd Forum, a gentleman came up and he was talking, you know, about the drag queen show, and he said, well, Councilman Wiggins, you know, racist because I said minority black businesses. And so
He said you were what?
Racist, you know, and he said he went on to say how he took care of a minority kid, which I thought was very great, you know, continue on, you know, but when I still in 2025,
thank you,
still having to talk about minorities having a seat at the table.
Come on.
You know, what are we talking about?
I hear you. I'm
What are
with
we
you
doing?
150%.
If we're going to talk about being equitable, make it equitable.
That's right, to everybody.
To everybody.
That's right.
You know, and so I want to make sure that, you know, black, white, and different, I want to make sure people have what they need.
Exactly.
And we're doing it right.
I agree.
You know, we're doing it right. And so I know the city has the covenant of the community. I know the mayor worked on that along with Quint Studer back in Maritime Park. And so I just want to make sure
I agree.
that people, you know, minority small businesses have an opportunity to take care of themselves.
Absolutely. So they start these businesses because they want to grow and to be profitable as well.
They want, and you'd be surprised. You have a lot of people
I know.
that have degrees in engineering, that has degrees, you know, in some of these areas that we're looking at. And so I just want to make sure that they have an opportunity.
Exactly. I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the right thing. We're talking about you as a person having an opportunity as well. You've got the opportunity to come forth, to speak, to be heard, because your voice, it does matter. Mm-hmm. Look, when these meetings are set up, be there. If they last at midnight, stay there. Yeah. I mean, but just get there until your voice is heard.
Get there.
Get there.
Get there.
We're going to talk more with Councilman Wiggins when we return right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Adventure, fun, and connections is all right here in your backyard with Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Bike the trails and feel the rush. Come to our senior programs for ages 50 and older. Learn new skills and make new friends. Tee up at Osceola Golf Course and paddle into nature with Bayview Outdoor Pursuits. Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Discover more, play more, live more.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
Because a lot of people.
Here we go. Welcome back to the hottest spot in town. Man, I'm talking about everything in here. I'm getting educated too. You see, your voice is always good to be heard. You hear my voice. Well, listen, we're talking with Councilman Delarian Wiggins. We're talking about things that happen in the community that you need to be a part of. And when I say that, we were talking about John Lewis when you want to get in good trouble.
Good trouble.
Stay in good trouble.
Yes.
Are you in any good trouble? Think about it. But the fact of it is, Delarian, what I want to say to you is I think that when God places something for you to do, He's got you covered.
Yes,
all you got to do is trust Him.
That's it.
When you trust Him, He said, I got you.
Yeah, He does.
I mean, and that's a fact. I know that for a fact. Mm-hmm. And I say that to say, with these projects that are going on, the one that's top of mind right now that's going on in the community, which is over there at Baptist, I want you, the community who live there, every meeting that they have, flood them. Every door that's open, when you hear something else that you got to go speak and be heard, go there. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. You're being invited to the table, and now you can build your own.
I'm telling you. Because we have the know-how.
Yes.
We have the manpower.
Exactly.
We have the sister power.
Exactly.
And so now let's build a table. We got to build a table.
Make it work.
Make it work. And I truly believe we can. We just got to make sure that we're fighting for a common cause.
Exactly.
And that's a seat at the table, and that's full transparency, accountability. This is now is the accepted time that we do that.
I agree.
You know, and I think that we can.
Exactly.
I think we can.
And I want to add this too, Delarian, and I have to say this because, I mean, this is the entire puzzle. When you see what's happening now, say again, in these United States, we're in that puzzle too. And this is part of these United States.
Yes, it is.
And if you see what's happening around you and what's pointed toward you, and you see what's happening right here in our city, now's the time to get unlaxed, get in some good trouble, go there to the meetings and speak, be heard, seek for information. Knowledge is power. Once you receive that knowledge, use it.
Yes, you got to use it.
Use it.
You have to use it. You'll be surprised if you just have the knowledge and the understanding of what can happen,
exactly,
you'll be surprised, and you will want to be a part.
Most certainly. And then it won't have to be said like it was. All these places that you named off that I know people have told me that I was not aware of, these different places that are now not there anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want that. So do what you got to do to assure that when it's the tan yard, it's the tan yard. I've heard that one. That was not the tan yard like it used to be. Other places that have changed. Hear what I'm saying. We're down to the last 2 minutes. I can't believe the time has gone so fast. But we've got to be heard, and you're doing the right thing. God has put the mantle on somebody's shoulders to be your front person, but yet and still you got to be there to uplift that person to hold them up.
Absolutely.
Got to do it because you can't carry the weight by yourself.
We got to work as a team. Again, information overload from here on out. I need you. I need the community to step up, be involved, reach out to me. Now it's time for us to really sit down and talk about what we can do to move forward and to make sure that we're doing what is right at the Legacy campus at Baptist. One of the things I leave you with, Sonshine, and I say this all the time, and it's just a quote from Albert Einstein. It simply says, we can no longer continue to solve problems using our old way of thinking when we created them. We got to have a new way of thinking.
Exactly.
A new way of solving problems, and I think today is the day that we can do that.
No doubt about it. And I tell you, thank you so much for coming in, because this won't be your last time. Because he already got me thinking about something else. He gave out something, I don't know if he remembered what he said earlier, but that stuck in my head. But the fact of it is, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening right here, the projects that are being worked on in your community, that's our community right off East Street. You need to be that person that's going to speak up. The doors are open. Now it's time, just like Grandma came by to say last week, but she's raising her grandchild, and the fact of what she's afraid of. What do you feel? What is it that's bothering you that you want to change? Nobody can do it. They have mental telepathy, but they can't read your mind.
Absolutely.
Cannot read your mind. So ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, do what you got to do. It's time for me to get out of here because it's been a fantastic Monday, but I want to leave you with a thought. And I leave it with you every single day because I believe that in my heart. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Stay focused. Keep God first. Go to these meetings. Speak out. You are important. What affects you is important. Know that I love you, my dear friends, with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Make sure you go to the meetings. Talk to Delarian. Reach out to him, and I guarantee you he'll return your call. He may text and just say, okay, but he'll do it. Thank you, Delarian. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, my friends, and stay warm. Sonshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.